Next on Worcester News Tonight, a decision has been made on the next superintendent of Worcester Public Schools. Plus, they're off. The Holy Cross men's basketball team is on their way to the big dance. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tim McCone. We begin tonight in the city where a new superintendent of public schools has been selected. The committee reaches a decision Monday naming Maureen Benenda the next Worcester Public School superintendent.
Almost 40 years in Worcester Public Schools, and a good community person, and she really turned a tough school, challenge school I should say, and really made a success out of it.
The South High principal received 6 of a possible 7 votes. Committee members say her ties to Worcester and passion for the city were major selling points.
Not only is she committed to our students and our schools, but she is committed to the city of Worcester, and I believe that she will continue what she has done in her role as administrator, principal, and teacher.
Committee member Jack Foley cast the lone vote for Marco Rodriguez, citing his experience in the role.
The skill set of managing a school is so important, and principals are critically important for our success, but it's a different skill set than managing large systems. So I would support Marco for that purpose, and the other folks didn't have that experience.
Foley and Mayor Petty also raised objections towards the school committee conducting an internal search.
We don't know what opportunities were lost by not having a larger pool and a larger search process.
The negotiating process with Benenda will now begin and could last several weeks. Mayor Petty is confident once the process is complete, Benenda will transition into the role smoothly.
She knows the public schools pretty well, and she's going to hit the ground running.
The future of Sweetpea Animal Shelter became a little bit more clear tonight. Paxton Shelter was the site of a tragic fire this past November. Tonight, architectural plans for the rebuild were presented to the Paxton Board of Selectmen. Cutler Design is being used for the planning of the new facility, as well as RDK engineers. Worcester-based Jericho Road is also helping the shelter with financing and bylaws. The facility will be much larger than the old one and will have 18 dog kennels and 5 cat rooms. Sweetpea hopes they can break ground on the project in late spring.
So we've taken that into consideration.
I think it's just not only the building, it's a rebirth of the organization. We're coming from ground zero. We lost everything. So we're coming back like out of the ashes with hope. Hope for the future, to our mission of rescue. Hope for all the animals that we'll be able to save and get adopted homes and give them a different life. And I think that's what makes it special, is that we just have so much to give and so many great plans for the future.
The shelter is still seeking donations from the public and is currently running a sponsorship campaign at Sweetpea's website. Senator Elizabeth Warren made a stop in Worcester Monday morning. She visited Clark University, where she discussed the Every Student Succeeds Act. This law replaces the No Child Left Behind law. Our Bernie Schaefer was there and has more.
Please offer a very warm welcome to our senior United States Senator, Elizabeth Warren.
Senator Elizabeth Warren gets a warm welcome at Clark University Monday. Warren spoke to hundreds at an education symposium on next generation learning and updating the No Child Left Behind law.
We replace it with a bill that is true to its roots and that serves the kids who need it most.
Senator Warren played a major role in the passage of the 2015 Every Student Succeeds Act.
She had enormous influence in improving the bill that was passed. I don't know if a lot of people realized how much it took to get Republicans and Democrats and the administration to all agree on a common framework for replacing No Child Left Behind.
I fought alongside the president to ensure that federal education dollars came with commitments about how the states would use that money.
Warren believes urban schools and families most in need of help should be the ones receiving it. Warren says if she wasn't given a chance, she wouldn't be where she is today.
The daughter of a janitor ended up as the senior senator from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And if it hadn't been for a public college that gave me a chance to get a diploma, I wouldn't be standing on this stage today.
Warren says this new law is important for Worcester because of the range of schooling options.
We want every one of our children, regardless of race or income or zip code, to get a world-class education.
Following her talk, Warren was asked about her role in a possible Hillary Clinton administration. Her answer was direct.
This is a great job. I'm not thinking about another job.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
A school bus driver appears in court Monday. She faces charges of operating under the influence of alcohol. Allison Silvestri was arraigned in Dudley District Court. Sturbridge police arrested her Friday after responding to Tantascwa Junior High School for a medical issue. No students were on the bus at the time of Silvestri's arrest. Her ex-husband tells Worcester News Tonight the situation is just a misunderstanding and she had nothing to drink that day. Silvestri will be back in court on May 2nd. An emotional Governor Charlie Baker signs a landmark opioid addiction bill into law. The governor calls it the most comprehensive law in the country to combat the growing drug epidemic. Baker signed the bill Monday morning at the State House, and afterwards, the governor was at one point too emotional to speak. The law sets limits on painkiller prescriptions and requires schools to verbally screen students for potential drug abuse. Worcester police are adding more officers to the Grafton Street neighborhood after shots were fired there over the weekend. Worcester Police Chief Gary Jem set up a tactical response area around Arthur Street Sunday afternoon. A witness says 2 men on foot got into an argument with 3 men in a car. One of the men on foot then fired off 1 gunshot, hitting a parked car. The incident happened near Arthur and Palm Street. No one was hurt and no word yet on any arrests. Worcester Police have also added resources to the areas around Lincoln Street and the Crown Hill neighborhood. Blackstone Valley is known for its history in the Industrial Revolution, and now the city and its partners are hoping to capitalize on it. Today, they signed a memorandum to begin a partnership to operate a new visitor center, hoping to attract business and tourism to the area. Our Olivia Lemon was there for the signing and has the details.
It's happening. It's finally coming to fruition.
City Manager Edward Augustus says a visitor center showcasing the history of the Blackstone Valley has been in the works for more than a decade. The center being built in Quinsigamond Village will provide office space, visitor information, and a spot for meetings or functions.
Half the building will be a visitor center that'll have a theater in there where people can go and hear an orientation video about the history of the Blackstone, Worcester's role in the Industrial Revolution.
There'll be function spaces, there'll be meeting rooms. We're even hoping to have a voting precinct there.
Monday's city, state, and federal officials signed a memorandum of understanding about the operation of the new $14 million project. City Councilor George Russell says the Blackstone Heritage Corridor Visitor Center will be positive for the economy in his district.
We're hoping it's going to be just an economic boom and a plus to bring an influx of an awful lot of new folks into the neighborhood, which will bring new business for the business community.
I think once this is all done, I think you're going to see lots of other businesses and economic activity spring up all around it. I mean, this is a catalyst for development.
Congressman James McGovern says the center and new city park being built next to it will make the area a destination.
We want to revitalize Quinsigamond Village. We want to help enhance that neighborhood. We want to also celebrate the city's history.
Although it's in the beginning of its construction phase now, the new park and visitor center are set to open in the fall of 2017. Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
Holy Cross's men's basketball team gearing up for their first-round matchup against Southern University this week. The Crusaders are the only basketball team in the state to make the NCAA tournament. Our Andy Madison has a look at how the team and the city are getting ready for Wednesday's game.
For the Holy Cross Crusaders, the cheering continues.
The fans have been great. They congratulate us everywhere we go.
Today, they're going to Dayton, where they'll face Southern University Wednesday night in the NCAA tournament. Boarding the team bus outside the Hart Center, the Crusaders are hoping their winning streak continues.
Kind of a roller coaster ride throughout the year. We've had our ups and downs, but the great thing is the guys continue to believe. They came together and started clicking at the right time.
Holy Cross is in the big dance for the first time since 2007. The Compass Tavern is one of many places hoping to have a packed house on Wednesday, planning to serve a Crusader cocktail for the big game.
College basketball is not overly large in New England like it is in the Mid-Atlantic and Southern states, but it brings the community together, gives us a sense of pride.
Pride the Crusaders hope runs deep in the tournament.
Something you dream of, to be able to go to the tournament and to do it in this fashion is exciting.
We're trying not to look ahead. we're worried about the task at hand and living in the moment. And, you know, we get a win Wednesday, then we'll worry about what's to come.
The postseason journey continues on Wednesday. Andy Madison, Worcester News Tonight.
Well, today is March 14th, 314, which means that it's Pi Day, as in the number we all learned in math class. Now, some clowns from William Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus certainly had an interesting way of celebrating the day at the DCU Center.
Close your mouth.
Yes, that was me on the wrong end of that pie. I was one of a handful of people picked to take part in the festivities this afternoon. Those brave enough, like myself, to take a pie to the face received 100 circus tickets to be donated to a charity of their choice. After the pieing, we caught up with a couple of experts to find out the proper way to take a pie to the face.
The way to take a pie is to stay calm. Close your eyes, close your mouth. Try not to breathe in and just let it wash over you.
My 100 tickets will be going to the Worcester Boys and Girls Club. The circus will be at the DCU Center from Friday, April 22nd to Sunday, April 24th. It will also be the very last show with the elephants in Massachusetts. They will be retiring to the conservation